Thanks to all of you for attending my talk. My presentation is called God's Mistakes, How I Would Make Our Bodies Better.
Yes.
But if we're being honest and we look inward, we can acknowledge our bodies are weak, our bodies are fragile, and our bodies are a little disgusting. And I think that if we put our heads together, we can strive for something even greater.
Oh.
And here are some of my suggestions. By a show of hands, who here knows the most dreams they've ever had in a single night? Who knows the total number of gallons they've ever peed? Reika, do you know?
Why are you pointing at me?
Me neither. But with my stat tracker, you would have all these analytics at your fingertips in a convenient, easy-to-read display across your back. Now, how does this benefit us? Well, for one thing, compare with friends. Let's say you meet somebody and you think, I have nothing in common with this person. But then you learn you and them have the exact same number of white blood cells. Instant bond. Most exciting of all, new world records. There is somebody out there in the world right now who has swallowed the most number of times out of anyone on the planet. And they don't know.
My wife.
It's Grant. Grant. Just say it's Grant.
There's somebody out
We
there
know.
who has the highest daily fart average in the world and they don't know.
I know.
But now, the ordinary would become extraordinary, and the Guinness Book of World Records would be that much bigger. Moving on, who has ever seen something that they didn't want to look at?
Oh.
100%, yeah. But evolution has gifted us a way to deal with that, a classic technique.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So I say, let us turn off the other senses as well. In the same way that you can look at something and say, I don't want to see that no more, and you close your eyes, if there's a bad smell, you should be able to simply turn your nose off. If you have a feeling that you don't like, you can just turn your sense of touch off. You know that dish your Nana makes that you hate the taste of? What is it? Eggplant parm?
My grandmother? Yes.
Nona, right?
Eggplant parm?
You know that classic mumble dish?
My
eggplant
Nona, her
parmesan?
marinara, not good.
Not good.
Well, now you could eat it and smile, and she would never know that your taste buds had been turned right off.
Incredible, as
finally-
the Italians say.
There's a sound playing at the club, and you don't like it, just simply close those ears right up.
It's like
now,
the skip button for your ears.
next. Right now, many of us in this room
Graphic.
have millions, billions, even trillions of these tiny bugs squirming and swarming. So I started thinking about this, and I realized there's got to be a better way. Well, first of all, it's a numbers game. That's why we do it. Okay, our bodies make trillions of these disgusting bugs because it wants to hedge its bets that one of them will be healthy and viable and create a new life, okay? But why work harder when you can work smarter? I propose that our bodies instead put our energies towards making one perfect, huge sperm. It would be flawless every time. It would be roughly the size of a small worm. We can call it a squirm. A small worm.
A swarm?
Or a small snake, kind of. And you would kind of writhe around and flap like when you catch a fish and it's on the boat and it's just kind of like,
Why does it have to do that?
you don't have to worry, it will still be wet, that's still part of it.
I wasn't
worried about
fucking worried.
We
I
have
was
different
about
desires.
To fucking...
It would be covered in fluid, that's still part of it. I'm not
Thank
getting rid of that.
God.
That much fluid.
Let me explain why this is an improvement. Now, first of all, I don't mean to brag, but I am gay. So, and I know that I'm speaking from a position of privilege, but I personally have never had to worry about a pregnancy scare. But I know that many people out there have. But with the squirm, you wouldn't have a pregnancy scare ever again. You could rest assured with certainty that the sperm had been fished out and disposed of.
Wait. Out of what? Where is it?
In
Are
the trash.
dick holes still the same size?
Where is it hiding?
Let him cook. Let him cook.
If it's flopping, do you have to kill it?
It would die in a matter of minutes.
Oh my minutes is
Toss it in the sink, down, turn on the garbage disposal. I see some people nodding.
Who?
I'm also a queer man, so I understand.
Right. Now, I was just kidding about that last section.
Oh, thank God.
So if you were nodding in agreement, just know that I'm judging you, and I do think that was disgusting. But the point that I was trying to make was how nice would it have been to turn off your ears?
You two are freaks for agreeing.
Fuck, that
Liking
sucks.
Moving on. If we had a see-through panel on our chest that displayed all of our organs,
Yeah.
Okay.
it would be a huge improvement for many reasons. For one thing, compare with friends.
A big priority for
Not
you.
everything has to be gamified, Paul.
Every time.
Now,
Is anyone here friends with Paul?
Are you
What's it like outside of Smarty Pants?
like
Today.
really good?
who's taller?
Yes.
Whose shoe size are bigger? How big is your hand compared to my hand? I'm so sick of all those already.
I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick
And
of
now
it.
you can see if
I
you're
need
sick
new
from the
things to
inside.
compare. Now,
I love
you
it.
could look at each other's chest cavity and see who has a better tint of blood.
Ooh.
Whose texture on their kidney is cooler? Next, this would make diagnoses very easy for doctors. You would no
Okay.
longer have to be exposed to harmful x-rays. Lastly, it would create an opportunity for new and cool kinks. You could have the hottest, most honking, big ol' gallbladder in the world.
But you would have muscle, fat, like fascia in between that and the organ.
No, you wouldn't.
Fashion.
Hey, Janie, consider
No, you wouldn't.
I'm the one designing this thing, and you wouldn't.
Shirts. Is that existing in this world?
Well, they'd be covered up most of the time, but you would want to compare with friends, so you would.
You would want to compare with friends.
Please consider, maybe when you're alone, you're wearing a shirt, but the moment a friend or two comes over, you're gonna be ripping those off to start comparing.
There's no boobs in this world then.
You would be able to like move your boobs like over
Whoa!
to see.
Can you just pull them off and
I
stick
want
them back
that
on?
separately.
Like,
Actually, you know what? Have any of you seen that thing where it's like a public restroom where like you flip a switch and then the walls go from clear transparent glass to opaque glass?
Okay,
It could be
I
like that.
love that.
You
Yeah.
could do transition lenses.
You meet a girl, you go back to
Yeah.
her place, she turns on her boobs.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get to see
yeah,
what's inside.
Mitten hands, that was obvious. We don't have to talk about it.
Ew! I hate that.
Now,
I don't like that at all.
if you look at this table, you'll see the three most commonly understood states of matter in our world. We got solid, liquid, and gas. Now, these things also represent the forms of things that we both consume into our bodies and expel from our bodies. What I mean is solid. You eat food and you poop poop. With liquid, with liquid, you drink water, you pee pee. And with gas, you of course breathe air and you fart farts. There are some additional ones in the liquid category, of course, because you got cry, tears, bleed blood, cum, drool, drool, expel diarrhea.
I've seen all these bands play live.
These are all fine and good. But there's one thing that's actually more prevalent in our universe than solids, liquids, or gas, and that's plasma. This state of matter is mostly found in stars and stuff, galaxies, nebula, lightning, okay? But we don't consume it into our human bodies, and nor do we expel it. So what I propose is something with plasma. I don't know what this would really look like yet. I'd love to brainstorm it together at some point. I just know that it would be really great if we could both consume a version of it and expel it.
We have plasma in our blood.
The plasma in our blood isn't a plasma. The plasma in space was named after that.
I understand, thank you.
Why is this good? Primarily, no more FOMO. I have a lot of FOMO about this. And so I just think something in this category would be great. I don't really have specifics, and I don't know what it would be called. I have some pitches. We might call it Quaving Zint, Grumping Crunt. We might call it Snurging Blick.
And sorry, call what?
The plasma.
The plasma
thing-
that
plasma.
Wake up.
You got it on the screen.
Whatever the thing with plasma
plasma would
is.
be. Pee, pee,
In the same way you pee, you would snurge blick.
Thank you, Chap.
I'm following you.
Two images side by side here. On the left, you see a newborn giraffe, and on the right, you see a newborn baby.
Yep.
The giraffe is roaming, prancing, dancing, running, eating. It was probably born this morning, and it can already do all those things. That baby can't do shit, except shit. And in the future, maybe crump some blick. Right now, it's absolutely helpless. I propose pregnancy lasting 19 to 27 months.
I think you're gonna get some
You've
pushback
never
on
had
that.
a pregnancy scare.
There's a lot of benefits to this. First off, we would be more equipped for the world once we were born. We would be more independent. You might say, Paul, that sounds horrible. Paul, I don't want to deal with that. That sounds traumatic, painful, awful. Well, in this version of it, it would actually be really comfortable and feel really good for the mom.
That's right.
So I factored it in.
Okay, great.
Plus, you can compare babies with friends.
So if you are the,
You can compare babies with friends.
and so with that, I want to thank you. That's the end of my presentation.
Paul, that was really, really enlightening.
Thank
I
you.
want to kick off the Q&A by asking about something that shocked me, which is the idea of giving birth to a 3-year-old child. And you mentioned some methods that would actually be cool and feel really good.
Things like aches, pains, changes to your body, all those things wouldn't be in this version of pregnancy. Instead, it would just feel really good.
Feel really good.
Okay.
Okay, that clarifies a lot.
But what about the actual birthing process?
The clear panel just opens up with a zipper, and you can.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's like a duffel bag.
I had a
Or
Barbie.
like a tent.
Now, the thing I don't understand about the sperm is, with it being that size, is it still painful to come?
It would feel really good down there. It wouldn't be constantly wriggling around and swimming in your balls like your current disgusting balls that we all have.
Don't do that to me.
The sperm would be created right before ejaculation. Boom, it would come out, wriggle out like a snake. Boom, you could catch it. It would flop around. You could dangle it.
So you're saying that immediately after ejaculation, a wriggling worm fish of a sperm
Yeah.
comes out of your penis straight into the vagina, and now it is your job to, in your words, fish it out.
When it grows immediately before ejaculation, won't that stretch you out
Quality.
uncomfortably?
It would feel good.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't know why they're not getting it, Paul. I don't know why they're not getting it. I don't know why
You
they're.
get it.
I get it. I see your vision.
Take a vote as to who is on board with the swarm right now.
I'm pro swarm.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. What if I'm
Pro-sperm.
talking about my friend Grant here? I'm worried about him.
Why?
What if he's swallowing?
Whoa.
Rika,
What aren't you getting, Rika?
It would be in the back of my throat, wriggling around, and that would be nice.
Sure, it'd be like choking on a rubber hose that was moving all the time. It would feel
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
My teenage bedroom garbage would be rattling full of paper towels. You'd have to come over with a flute to get them all out.
A fucking eel bucket.
And to be clear, the sperm was a fake part of
it's
your
real. It's becoming real.
So it sounds like for you, socializing involves a lot of comparison.
Yeah.
And I was curious, can we just role play with Reka? Like, if you could compare the amount of swallows you've had, what the conversation
So,
you
oh.
want is.
So let's do a conversation. I'm like over here looking at a bookshelf.
Oh my
And
God,
you-
Rika, I just noticed. We have the same number of swallows.
Whoa,
I just
what's
mean
my
in-
number? I haven't been able to see it. I've not had access to a mirror.
Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. It made me wonder, Paul, how do you know you have the same numbers of Reka?
Mike,
as
get
Reka?
back to work. The bookstore is going under.
Reading Reka's numbers off her back.
Because she
using
was
it as a-
shirtless at the library.
I'm activating shirt mode.
If you are pregnant, can you see your baby's counter through your stomach abdomen?
It has to be
right?
facing out.
Okay, with that, Paul, thank you so much for enlightening us. Oh my God.